Hi, I'm here at the regional launch of the new Audi A4. You can see it behind me, there it is. Available now initially in 3 flavors. You have the 30 TFSI, which is a 1.4 with 150 horsepower, and that's for $37,600, about 138,000 dirhams. You then have the 40 TFSI, which is a 2-liter turbo, 190 horsepower, that one I think, and that's $39,800, which is about 146,000 dirhams. And then you have the top of the range one. This one behind me I think is the mid-range one. The top of the range one, or certainly in the sense of the engine, transmission, drivetrain if you like, is the 45 TFSI, which also has a 2-liter, but this time with 252 horsepower. That is $48,500, which is about 178,000 dirhams. Later on there will be an S4 version that will have an all-new 3-liter V6 with 354 horsepower and 369 pounds for the torque. But right now we have these cars, and these are the ones we're going to look at. Let me take you on a little walk around of the new A4. So this is the 9th generation Audi A4, the B9 as they call it. The previous two, the B7 was about showing off its quality, the B8 its sportiness, and this one sort of combines the best features of those and adds a whole dose of technology. If you look at the design, they're subtly different. It is in fact different, and it has what they call an emphasis on the horizontal aspect of the car and on the breadth of the car. I wonder if you can make that out from the front here. The grille is flatter and broader. It has a vertical face, a very horizontal face. Now, if you look at the headlights, you notice, if I come a little bit closer, you notice a little cut underneath that. They call that the undercut face. And it's also replicated in the form on the rear as well, and it just gives a bit more character to the headlights. The headlights you can get as xenons, as LEDs, and also matrix beam LEDs, which automatically stop other drivers from being dazzled. It just figures where everybody else where everybody else is, and then just adjust the beam accordingly, which is very, very clever. So check it out. It comes in 2 flavors. It comes in a sport flavor and in a design flavor. The design flavor has a gloss grille at the front, and the sport has a matte grey grille on the front. The design also, this is obviously the design one, also has these chrome bits on the door handles. Of course, there's a 3rd level of that, because you can get the S-Line specification, which then adds the matte grille to all of them, so it all gets a bit confusing. And of course you get choices of wheels and stuff like that. And at the back also the S-Line adds a side sill, and at the back it adds a little honeycomb insert and different color diffuser. So there's a whole load of variations and stuff that you can do with this car. Like I said, the 3 flavors. I should have also mentioned that the 45, the top of the range one, the 252 horsepower car, excuse me a minute, also comes with Quattro, whereas they come with front wheel drive, and the front wheel drive and the Quattro all now come with a 7-speed S-Tronic dual clutch automatic. So let me show you a few changes inside the car. Okay, right, it's getting a bit warm out, so let's start that up. Starter button is down here, and you see now straight away you can see some changes to this car. Now interestingly, I'm just showing you the instrument panel on this one. Now this one actually has the standard instrument panel, which the 2 analog dials, as you can make out in this. But in fact you also get these, and probably in its more desirable form, you get what they call the virtual cockpit, which is the stuff that we first saw in the Audi TT. You can also get it in the Lamborghini Huracan, because it's essentially the same thing. Now in the Q7 and in the Audis that are coming out at the moment, which is basically an entirely digital panel, which is configurable, and you can do lots of things to it. Now, just taking a look inside this cabin, if you can make out, it's got floating dashboard sort of situation here. They've gone for this floating tablet kind of MMI interface screen there, monitor now. It doesn't fold away like they used to, it just sits there on top. So they've reminiscent of what Mercedes and Mazda are doing. They're also doing this now. Climate control with these capacitive little buttons, which are very, very nice actually, and very, very responsive, and the options come up as you put your finger on them or as you come near them. So that's quite good. I think it's as you put your finger on them. Controls there. Notice the full vent along the dashboard, all the way along, but this one I would say doesn't actually put out that much air. So these are the ones where you get the air from. I think that sort of just gives you latent air or something. Decent glove box there. Now this center console, of course, is all new. You have a power supply down here. You've got two cup holders. This is where you can, set all your radio stuff and the memories and all that sort of stuff. This, of course, is touchscreen thing, and you can actually type out, if you're into navigation and stuff. So in fact, if I hit menu there and go into there, sorry, excuse me, just very quickly trying to put this video together just at the launch event here in Dubai. And if I go into, say, oh, this one doesn't have navigation. So anyway, so normally you should be able to, it doesn't have a connect, but actually basically what I'm trying to show you is, like a lot of cars these days, you can actually type letters on that, which will then come up on that screen. I should have picked a better spec car, really. I was driving a better spec car earlier. I was driving the Quattro, and I'll come back to that in a minute. This has got the new fly-by-wire stick now with the new control. We've seen this in the Q7, of course, and in the TT. So 7-speed dual clutch, another 12-volt supply down there, and down there you've got USBs, 2 USBs, and an aux. Now down here some more buttons. The drive select button, the mode is down there. Sorry, no, don't want to turn that off. The mode is down there, and then you can just scroll through and select whatever you want, and also set it individually. That's about all I can show you on here. Let me just go through a few notes that I wrote earlier, because this thing has got a ton of kit and clever stuff on there. One of the things I should have said, actually, yes, I should have said this, is the difference, another way of spotting the difference between the sport version and the design version, which this is. The design version has this sort of rectangular center steering boss with this chrome effect or alloy effect spoke here, whereas the sport one has a round one with a regular dark spoke there. So that's another way of spotting them. And also the seats. These are the comfort seats, whereas the sport model has more sculpted sports bucket type style seats. New transmission, of course, as I mentioned earlier. Now, coming back to those engines, so the 1.4 actually is 150 brake horsepower unit, does 0 to 100 in 8.5 seconds. And that would compare directly with the previous 1.8, which only put out 120 horsepower and had a 0 to time of 10.8 seconds. So that's a considerable improvement there. The new 2-liter, which now has a new combustion process using valve technology, or similar to what we've seen in other engines in the past. This is a 2-liter 190 brake horsepower unit, 0 to 100 in 6.7 seconds, and this would have compared to the old 1.8, which was a 170 horsepower engine, 8.3 seconds at 0 to 100 time. So this one is considerably quicker. In fact, 1.6 seconds quicker. Not bad at all. And then replacing the old 2-liter 225 brake horsepower engine with a 0 to 100 time of 6.5 is the 2-liter Quattro engine, which is 252 horsepower and does 0 to 100 in 5.1 seconds. Wow, 5.1 seconds. This one I'm sitting in now is the 2-liter 190, and it does a 0 to 60 in 6.7. And I drove the Quattro earlier. I'll come back to that. As I said, there will be an S4 in the future. What else can I tell you? I'll be doing obviously a review, and we'll try and get the car, and we'll probably do a proper full road test review of the car later on. So this is just your first look at the car now that we're here at the launch. Lots of safety features, including the the warning when you open the door if there's somebody walking across or a car coming across. The things will light up. Some cars have that. This is not fully spec car, but some cars will have that. Lots of autonomous driver's aid situations. You've got active cruise control, not on this car, but in some models you've got active cruise control with traffic jam assist. So not only will it accelerate and stop in traffic, but it will even keep your lane in traffic and follow the flow of the traffic. So you must hold the steering, but it can actually help you steer through that should you require that assistance, which one might say if you do, you shouldn't really be driving. But anyway, that's a whole different thing. But it's got all that technology. It's also got rear cross alert, safety alert, which is always really, really helpful. Some models will have the 360 degree camera. Does obviously have the brake assist and all the usual stuff on it. 5-link, new 5-link rear suspension, lighter weight, and adaptive dampers in 2 options for the sport mode. You get the 10mm or the 20mm drop in the car, depending on whether you choose the comfort setting or the sport setting, integrated into the adaptive damper, so it actually will adjust that for the ride comfort as well. So all very, very clever. Top of the range cars have the Bang & Olufsen sound system with 19 speakers, 755 watts, and even not on this one, but even some speakers up here in the A pillar. So there's a lot of kit on this car, and it is just another very nice offering from Audi. What they've done is they've taken an existing product, which is actually a very good car, and they've improved it and made it more desirable still. How is it to drive? I drove not this car, I just literally drove this to the car park now, but I drove the other one on a slightly more extended drive, the Quattro one, and to be honest, it felt better in every way, just more smoother, more refined, better comfort, certainly quicker, that's for sure, and decent handling. I wouldn't say that it excelled in any one area, I'd just say that it was a overall improvement of what you would be used to if you had driven an Audi A4 before. So overall, a very, very nice package that's inviting, desirable, something that you would appreciate being in if you owned one, and yeah, generally pretty good. Another great offering from Audi. So check it out if you're looking for this car in this segment of the market. Like I said, we'll try and get you a full review soon. Meanwhile, do check us out, Motoring Middle East. Just search for us just Google us, you'll find us. Our website is motoringme.com. You'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We do a lot of stuff on Facebook, so do go and like us there. And of course, do check out our videos on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, please do subscribe and tell your friends. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next one.